This video is part 1 of a multi-part series going over Will DeMeo's small roles and cameos in other films and TV shows, and all his TV shows and movies that no longer exist. Let's take a moment of silence for these missing masterpieces.
The Sixth Family, yes, The Sixth Family is a new film that we're doing. Paul Borghese is directing it, and we will start filming this summer.
Analyze that.
Our first film is Analyze That, a comedy film starring Billy Crystal and Robert De Niro. Will's in a single scene where he's roasted by Robert De Niro, one of William's favorite actors who he made an entire movie around, and is responsible for starting Will's acting career.
You know my guys? You know them as Bobby and Al Pacino?
I like De Niro, Pacino, all pretty much the same.
Al Pacino, that's your real name.
This scene also features familiar faces such as Joseph Vitarelli, who played the boss Santos in Wannabes.
What are you looking at?
Choke your fuck. Hackers.
The second film on the list is Hackers, a very 90s action film starring Angelina Jolie and Matthew Lillard.
Give me time.
Here, Will is featured once again in a single scene where he plays a high school student.
Hey, you know? Yeah.
I'm all for 90s fashion, but this has to be one of the ugliest outfits I've ever seen in my life.
Great!
What the fuck was that sound?
We made it!
Good work, brother. Now take us to Salieri's bar. I'll show you the way.
Moving over from movies and TV shows into gaming, Will DeMeo plays Paulie in the very first Mafia game. With a beautiful open world and an entrancing story, this game is a classic that I still play to this day.
Finally, we're home. Wait here, friend. Sam will get you a little something from Mr. Salieri. Finally, we're home. Wait here, friend.
Don't face Paulie. Want the turkeys and the hams. But with nothing, they're lining up like sheep.
Boss of bosses.
Will also plays a small role in Boss of Bosses, as a younger Carlos in a scene that takes place in the past.
Here's my cousin, Carlo.
So Carlo has flipped.
Who we gotta kill? You?
Brings a knife to a gunfight.
What are you, a tough guy?
Storm began.
This is where it all began.
Hashtag Lucky Number is a comedy film I never heard of and can't seem to find anywhere to watch it. This film doesn't really have any big actors. The only two people I recognize from this film is Will DeMeo and Joe D'Onofrio, who plays a bunch of tough guy plumbers.
I'm going nowhere. They want me to play a plumber. My father is a plumber. I don't want to play a plumber.
Unless you want a problem with every electrician.
Spit Boys is about a character named James Calero who comes home from being overseas at war. He's a Marine.
Spit Boys was a project Will DeMeo was set to star in but never got off the ground. Unfortunately not reaching their donor goal, only receiving 2 backers. In big letters taking up the entire screen, we're given the reveal of who was supposed to be in the film. The trailer tricks you into thinking Alec Baldwin was going to be in the film, instead being his brother Jonathan Baldwin, along with Paul Borghese.
We're lucky enough to bring in Paul Borghese, who's been in a lot of other things. And
Oh, so Mikey's a hothead. Big deal. He's predictable.
DeMeo on, who's in Sopranos a lot too.
And by the looks of it, Will DeMeo will be playing his usual role as a badass tough guy.
Who these dots belong to?
3 Days Rising looks like a horror film. I've been searching far and wide but could hardly find any information on this film. All I know is Ice-T's in it, and we have a couple shots of our Gravesend crew dressed as SWAT team. FBI, open up! As previously mentioned in the Cruising 86th Street trailer review, Will DeMeo was in a movie called First Kill, where he plays a cop alongside Bruce Willis, who looks to take down Hayden Christensen, who plays Darth Vader in the Star Wars prequel trilogy, giving us a cool fight between Will and Darth Vader himself. And that's the end of part 1. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for part 2. That's coming very shortly, featuring other small roles and cameos of Will DeMeo and other films and movies. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for my next video. If you enjoyed this video, you can help through the thanks button down below, or become a channel member or send to my Cash App. It lets me know you really like the videos and helps them come out quicker.